everyone, welcome to our brand new channel. We have watched some couples on YouTube vlogging and we really liked it and thought it was something that we should start doing. So here's our first video. A few weeks ago I made an Instagram post and Joe shared it to his Instagram, and we just asked people for some questions and we're gonna go over those now. Just a quick introduction in case you don't know us. My name's Lauren.
My name is Joe.
And we're married. We met in college and we actually met in 2011. We went to Southern Vermont College in Bennington, Vermont. And our very first class ever of our college career, 8 a.m. Monday morning, English 101, where it all started.
Where I didn't show up much.
Yeah, where he didn't show up much. And then we didn't date right away. It took a few months. We started dating in February of 2012. And yeah, then we spent the remainder of our college experience together. We graduated together in 2015. I graduated from an X-ray program and Joe was in criminal justice. And then we had to make some tough decisions after, but we decided in August of 2015 to move back to Maine, and that's where we've been since. Where are we from? I'm originally from Maine. I was born in Waterville, and then my mom remarried and we moved to Rumford, and that's where I did most of my growing up, was in Rumford.
And I'm from Riverside, California, where I lived all my life until we graduated from college and we decided to move to Maine.
And what brought you to the East Coast?
East Coast? Oh, to play volleyball at Southern Vermont College. So
it's pretty rare how we met, because Joe hadn't originally planned on going to SVC. It was kind of a last minute decision, and I also didn't need to go out of state to go to college. There were some programs offered in the state, but they had waiting lists. So just the chances of us meeting, it is kind of crazy. Now we live in Lewiston right now.
Lewiston, Maine.
Lewiston, Maine. I work at Stevens as an X-ray tech over in Norway, and I'm currently in ultrasound school right here in Lewiston.
And I work at the Maine State Prison in Warren, Maine as a corrections officer right now. Yeah.
And what are you working towards?
And I'm working towards getting into a police department, so very close.
Yep.
Very
yes.
close.
So we would give you a nice tour of our lovely space, but it's a small apartment and we just got back from traveling. It's a mess. The ultimate goal is to get a house. Mm-hmm. We had looked at one over the summer and we loved it. We literally fell in love with this house and we were outbid. So
the one house we put offering.
Yeah, it was like that house that you just walk through and everything feels great and you just have that feeling like this is our house. And when we found out that we didn't get it, because it's a seller's market, not a buyer's market right now, we just felt wicked shitty. And then we never looked at a house again that we felt the same way about. And then it turned to winter here and we didn't want to have to pay for oil, where our apartment's a really good deal in the winter. So we decided we just put things on hold. We didn't know where Joe would end up with the police or my schooling. So now that we kind of have a better idea of those things, we said we would start looking again in the spring. So, and we are very, very picky, like incredibly picky. So that also goes into the lengthiness of finding a great place.
Yep.
Someone asked me a pretty broad question of how do I plan our trips. Just a little background on myself. I'm very organized. I love planning. I loved planning our wedding. I love planning trips. Anything like that is right up my alley. I did a little post about my agenda on Instagram before and got a lot of positive feedback on that. So I think what I'm gonna do is do a whole separate video just on how I plan a trip, because so much goes into it, but it's a really great way to do it, and I would love to share that information with people that are into planning trips, but I would like to dedicate a whole video to it. What do you think?
Her trip planning is insane. Like the way she plans and like the lists, how in-depth they are. Like she breaks it down by like food places and museums, or like music or best bars. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah,
honestly.
It takes the work. Like you have to put the work in, but what I tell people is it just saves you in the end, because when you're in, this is what I picture a bad trip looking like. You're in your hotel room with the people you're traveling with, and you're all on your phones trying to find a place to go to dinner. So here you are sitting there for 45 minutes and everyone's looking up the place and, oh, is it open and how far is it? And all these details go into it. Whereas my way of planning is I already have 6 to 7 dinner places picked out, and oh, do you feel like Mexican, Italian, American? You point to it, pick it, and we go. We're not spending a waste of time anywhere trying to decide. But again, I'll go into more depth on that when I do that video, but just to give you kind of an idea of what that will be like in case that's something you're interested in watching. A few questions about just Maine in general and things to do when visiting Maine. And I also have a blog where I have a few posts on there about things that we've done in Maine, mainly in the summer. Personally,
Maine's the best in the summer.
Yeah, I would recommend coming in the summer. Being an x-ray tech, I mean, when you come in the winter, your options are skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling, stuff like that. I see so many bad accidents that I personally don't participate in any of that anymore. I did in high school. I just stick to snowshoeing. But even spring in Maine, it's just kind of gross out. It hasn't decided what it wants to do. Nothing looks nice. So if you're gonna make a trip to Maine, come in the summer, you know, June, July, August, when it's beautiful out. For sure.
Especially enjoying I feel like the coast, like someone like me or like her, like we love the beach, and the beach in Maine, like it's awesome, and the coast is awesome. You can get good food and just good times, honestly.
Yeah, it's the thing about Maine is you can schedule a day trip and you can do so much in one day, because you could just drive along the coast and hit so many different towns. Or you could, like we did a day trip to the White Mountains in New Hampshire, and we were able to drive there, hike all day, go out to eat. Then we went to the drive-in and then came back, and that's all just in, 12 hours, if that.
That was a good day.
So even though Maine is very rural, there's still a lot to do. We did something a few summers ago where we said we were going to be tourists in our own state, and I think it wasn't last summer, it was the summer before, and we did something every single weekend in the state of Maine, just exploring like different waterfalls, different restaurants, different beaches, things that even growing up here that I didn't do. So that was really cool. So I recommend that too, just being a tourist in your home state, wherever your home state is.
There's a lot of good things.
Yes, there's always things that you don't know are in your home state to explore. I didn't write down what questions you had.
I didn't really have any. Other than
he just had people saying funny, like guys replying to his thing, saying like, "Where's your shirt from?"
I did get it.
Well, Joe really likes Old Navy and H&M.
It's simple. It's a simple thing.
Sometimes Forever 21 men's section. He's not like super into the crazy styles for men, but a simple t-shirt from Forever 21. I tend to hand him things and just tell him to try it on, because he probably wouldn't have grabbed it on his own and then he ends up liking it.
Yep.
This is kind of how that all works.
That happens a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Like, try this on. I'm like, no, that's not my style. And then I come out, I'm like, she's like, you're getting it? I'm like, yep, it's a nice shirt.
Again, this is just our first video of everyone try to get to know us, and you will find out from watching our other videos, we do love traveling. It is obviously something we wish we could do more, and within the last year we've done the least amount ever because of just school and police academy and stuff like that. So we're hoping, you know, come fall, we'll be back in just our normal one job and nothing on the side type of deal. We used to do GoPro videos, so feel free to check out our prior videos. There's one from Las Vegas, there's one from an Eastern Caribbean cruise, and one from a Western Caribbean cruise. And quick note, if you've ever thought about going on a cruise and never gone, definitely go. We loved ours a lot. And after we post this video, we're going to post our Nashville vlog. And I do apologize, it is like an hour long. So just look at it as like your favorite TV episode and just give us a chance. It was our first vlog. It's kind of all over the place and lengthy, but it is a lot of fun. And we walk you through places we went, and I made sure to write the name down below in case you're traveling to Nashville and you want some good ideas.
Also, if you're someone who maybe has experience in the vlogging area, just send us some tips, make it film better.
Comment down below, give us some editing tips, and yeah, anything. We're newbies. All right, well, it was great chatting with you, and stay tuned for our Nashville vlog.